Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am 36 weeks pregnant. I am actually currently 36 weeks and 3 days, which seems crazy to me. We are getting near the end and it is becoming so much more real every single day that we are getting near the end and that she's going to be here so soon. So we are starting our weekly appointments. Typically they start at 36 weeks, they start every week, but for me, they start this Friday every week, so I'll go on Friday. And I did go 2 weeks ago and I got checked, and because I was having some contractions and some pressure and everything else, and they did check me and I was dilated, so they put me on bed rest. So I have been on bed rest, and the last 2 weeks have been kind of crazy with symptoms and stuff going on. So let's just dive right in. So Braxton Hicks contractions have begun full force the last 2 weeks. Every day I seem to have them. Some days they're more in a pattern and they are consistent, and I end up timing them, and they normally last about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and then they stop. So I'm really just trying to make sure that I stay good on my water intake so I'm not getting dehydrated, get off my feet. Because, I am a mom of 2 already, and they are in school, so the days that they're in school, it's a lot easier to be off my feet. But let's be realistic. I'm trying to do the best that I can to stay off my feet, but there's so much stuff that I want to get done before the baby gets here. Because, once you have a baby and a newborn and also 2 other kids, your life is busy. You're going to have a lot going on. So I've been really trying to tend to them and giving them the attention that they need, because it's going to be different when they have a new baby in the house and things are going to change and everything else. So contractions have been like my number one, and definitely more pressure. I just feel very, very heavy, low, and constantly having to go to the restroom, just because I do have so much pressure on my bladder with her head being so low. So that's another thing. Just making sure I stay good on my water intake, because I do notice that, my mouth will get dry and I am thirsty. So I've been trying to do really good at that. I got a new thermos. It's a 32-ounce thermos, and I drink about 3 of those a day, just to really stay up on it. And I did go last week to a doctor's appointment. I ended up calling in because I've been experiencing itchy palms and itchy soles on my feet, and I forget what the diagnosis is, but there's a diagnosis for it, and they tell you that you need to get tested, your blood need to get tested for it, because it can cause some issues during childbirth. That the baby could, it could cause a stillborn, just because your bile levels are higher. Your liver's not really doing what it can do for the baby. So I'm waiting on the results on that. I should either get the results today or tomorrow. And typically, if it does come back and your bile levels are high, they typically will induce you early, because they don't want to take the risk of having a stillborn. My hands and my feet aren't terrible, but I wanted to get tested to be safe than sorry, just because you just don't know. So we'll find out. And if you have been following my journey, you know that I typically have my kids between 37 and 38 weeks anyway. So typically they'll induce you between 37 and 38 weeks. So hopefully my body can naturally do it by itself, and I can go into labor, myself, and go from there. I'm going to be very eager to see, when I go to my appointment on Friday, if I've had any dilation change. Just because I have had so much pressure, I am losing parts of my mucus plug every day. More and more of that is coming out. Sorry, TMI. I've had that. My body has seemed to start cleaning itself out with going to the restroom, and that typically happens the closer you get to labor. I am extremely nauseous again, which happened with my boys near the end of pregnancy. I have days where I'm just so nauseous, and then other days that I feel okay. So it's just, there's no rhyme or reason to it. But there's days that I have so much energy, and then the other days that I have like none. The past 2 days I have been going through everything. I have been in the nursery. I have been in the boys' toy room, cleaning out the closet, you know, organizing everything. I've been going through so much stuff. And as they call it, nesting, I just call it cleaning. But I feel like I'm starting to go through that mode and everything else. Like my body's telling me, okay, it's going to happen sooner than later. I mean, you just never know. Every pregnancy is different, but I just have this feeling that it's going to happen sooner than later. So we'll have to see how my appointment goes on Friday and then go from there. And some other things that I've been experiencing is I'm not having really much swelling of like my legs and stuff, but I have noticed if I am on my feet and feet more, that my legs do cramp up and they hurt. It's not that they're swollen, it's just that they do cramp up. And my sciatica pain has returned in the last like 3 days. I've had intense sciatica pain. Yesterday my back was pulsating for a little while, but it's just, I'm starting to use the heating pad again just to kind of try to ease that pain out. Just because it gets so uncomfortable. And I've had nights where it's been really hard for me to get comfortable, and then other nights that it's not so bad. But I have noticed if I lay on my left side, I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's this bulge, like her butt or something just sticking out the side. So I have to rotate and try to get her to move a little just so I can go back onto my left side. So every night I'm like flipping between left and right, trying to get comfortable. Some nights are better with sleeping than others. I was up quite a few times last night, but the 2 nights prior I slept a lot better. So I go through like spurts where I have like a couple nights that I sleep really good, and then a couple nights that I don't sleep at all. So I know that's my body also prepping me, you know, get ready for a newborn. You're going to be up all night sleeping. I mean, awake, because you're going to be nursing, feeding, all that kind of stuff. And I'm also really interested to see how she is as a baby, because both of my boys love them to death, but they both were colicky and just not great sleepers. My second son was way better than my first. My first was like constantly, he had to lay on me to fall asleep, and I just could not. He did co-sleep with us, just because I could not get him to sleep any other way. My second son, he slept better. He did sleep on his own, but he had colic as well. So it was definitely an issue, especially at night, like trying to get them to fall asleep. It was like a screaming battle for so long. So I'll be interested to see if she has it, or, you know, how she sleeps and everything else. So I don't think there's really been anything else that's been going on. I was gonna do a hospital bag, what's in my hospital bag, but my hospital bag is already in my vehicle, just because they weren't sure with my appointment last week if I was gonna have to go right over to labor and delivery or not, but they didn't end up sending me. But I just left it in the car because I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna get it back out, because both times with both my kids, I've gone to a doctor's appointment and been sent right to labor and delivery. So I'd rather just have it in the car and ready to go, just in case. You just never know what's going to happen. So as far as everything else that's been going on, that's about it. I mean, there's not really anything else. We're just getting everything prepped, ready. You know, I feel like January took so long to go by, and I don't know if it's because November and December with the holidays and my son's birthday, it just flew by, but I felt like January took forever. So I'm like, okay, we're in baby month now. Hopefully, you know, everything goes by quickly. And now that, you know, the kids are back, sometimes I feel like the weekends, typically the weekends go by so fast. And this weekend actually did, because I was so busy. But sometimes the weekends go by so slow, and then the weekdays go by so fast because I'm in such a routine with the kids, like drop off, pick up, you know, lunches, and running errands, and doing dinner and bath time, that I just feel like the day is just gone. And then, you know, I get to, and I'm like, okay, it's bedtime. Like, I finally get to relax, and I'm exhausted, and I lay there, and it takes me forever to fall asleep. Who else can relate to this? Like, come on. But thank you guys for following me. I will show you my 36-week bump, and then I will see you guys next week, and I will update you on my doctor's appointment, and hopefully, you know, she's going to be here within the next 3 weeks, which is crazy. My boys are getting so excited every day. It's like, is she coming today? Is she coming today? And I'm like, no, not today. I mean, you don't really never know. The baby's going to come when the baby wants to come. But we're excited. We're getting eager. My feet are asleep, of course. My feet always fall asleep. It's the position that I'm in. But this is my 36-week bump. Almost 37 weeks. But thank you guys for following me. I am going to do what's in my diaper bag video, so stay tuned for that. I do have some bling hospital hats coming today, so I'm going to wait till they come, and then I will do what's in my diaper bag. So I'll probably upload that tomorrow. Thank you guys for following me, and I'll see you next week. Bye!